First things first, we're going to have to cut these stupid bloody curtains out.
I can't see fucking shit out of this thing.
Welcome back to the channel. And before we start getting into the nitty gritty, I just want to thank everybody who subscribed to the channel so far. The first part of this TT video, we've got over 500 subscribers, and the first video has now had over 11,000 views. So yeah, I can't thank everybody enough. We also need to talk money, and we also need to talk about why I think we've messed up with this one. A lot of you said that I was teasing you because I didn't actually tell you why, so we can discuss why I think we've messed up and what we're going to do to fix it. So whilst I mess around cutting these airbags out, let's have a quick recap of where we've got to so far. So we've had to change the pyro fuse and the battery because the battery was actually dead. I did try to charge it and it wouldn't charge. We also had a brief look around the vehicle to see what type of damage we have and where any problems might occur. So we got the engine started, the vehicle pulled around the back of the workshop, and in this one we're going to get the vehicle washed off and then get this front end ripped off so we can see what parts we need to order. So all the cleaning products that we use are AutoSmart, and we get them from the AutoSmart dealer at Scarborough. And the first thing we're hitting it with here is the G101. Now this will move moss, green algae, it'll move bugs and flies, bird poo, anything we don't want to be on the paint to start with. And once we've rinsed the car off, we run with the smart wheels, which will take off all the brake dust and any metal on the wheels. Once we've rinsed that off, we're then on with the snow foam, and I normally let this dwell for a good 10 minutes. Final rinse off and we're done. Right, we might be able to see where we're going now. When I drove it around here to get a wash, couldn't see what the hell was going on. Right, let's get it around the front. So this is the Mark 3, it's a 2017, it's got 40,000 miles and it's the black edition. So it's got all the black, gloss black trims and things. So I was the winning bidder on Copart, and this was up at Whitburn in Scotland. Now the insurance wrote this off as a category S, and the only damage that I can see so far that would make it an S, there's a little bit of damage just this inner wing rail, just on the underside of this bonnet, and that is it. The rest of the panels are all bolt on, bolt off, but there is an issue. And this is why I've messed up. I rang TPS at Hull, which is our local VAG group dealer, and just for a laugh, asked how much a brand new headlight was for this car. £2,500. Bonnet, £1,000, wings, £300 each. This is going to get expensive. But as the old saying goes, there's no point crying over spilt milk. If there's anybody watching this that recognises the number plate, give us a shout. Let us know how this was damaged, what the accident was, and it'll add to the story. So the plan for the morning, we're going to get the car pulled in, and I'm going to rip the full front end off and make a list of all the new parts that we need. I imagine it's going to be literally the full front end and the full dashboard, well, the upper dashboard. We need all the airbags, all the seat belts, because they've all gone off as well. So yeah, first job in the morning, let's get the front end ripped off. But before we do that, let's talk money. Now, my winning bid was £9,800. As you can see, once the fees go on top, it jumps up considerably. Copart also wanted to charge me £600 to deliver it, but rather than using them, my friend collected it for £400. Now, the battery was £284 and the pyro fuse was £30, meaning we have a current total of £11,412. Car Vertical's valuation of this car was £27,000. And using Auto Trader, putting in the mileage, the year, and all the spec of the vehicle, you can see the closest mileage to mine is actually at £24,000. And with the different mileage and different years among these ones that we've got sorted, the highest price one is just under 26,000. So after a few people said that I'd clickbaited with it being the cheapest in the UK, I think I've just proved that you aren't going to buy a cheaper 2017 40,000 mile TTS in the country. Right, enough of this tomfoolery, let's get it pulled in. So just got the TT pulled in, ready to start ripping the front end off. We've got all our tubs and things ready to put the parts in. That one's the damaged parts that come out of the boot, and the other half of the bumper hanging off. So what we're going to do first, we'll start by taking the bonnet off, and then we'll get it jacked up in the air, and then we can work on the front bumper and the wings. I haven't tightened them up. Oh, you're right. For a change.
I was right.
Next.
Better already.
Yeah.
Right, bumper.
Wires and rip it out of men you can't get to. The Mac's removing this wheel arch line on the left hand side. And then I'm taking these bolts out of this wing, all 30 torques. And then we need to get this washer bottle dropped down. Get to the last few bolts at the back of the wing.
The day's words of wisdom.
How do I say, mate?
Open your eyes.
I can't see where it's pointing at.
It's not straight. Right, that should be wing off. Now with the wing out of the way, we can get this hinge off, disconnect the pyro connector, and then off with the two multi-spline bolts. Two bolts hold them on anyway. Jesus.
Get how it still works.
I don't get how it still works either. Ridiculous. So that's bonnet off, we've got it jacked up in the air, we've got the front bumper removed, we've got both wheels removed, both arch liners off, we have both wings removed, and Mark's taken out the other headlamp, which is actually still good. So now Mark's onto the front panel bolts. There's two 30 torques on the top, and then there's big 17s which hold the crash bar onto the chassis legs. After disconnecting all the pipes and all the wiring, we can now remove this condenser off the front of this rad pack.
One job.
Then the final piece is this auxiliary radiator. Pop that off and we're done.
Yeah.
So now we can get to this chassis leg. I'm just checking it over for any potential damage that I can see, and to be honest, it looks good. So we've got the front end all ripped off now, and it's not even taken us that long. Looks a lot better now all the damaged parts are taken off. So we've checked all of the suspension on this front left hand corner. Can't see anything bent, damaged, twisted. We've also measured wheel centre to wheel centre at the back on both sides to check the wheelbase, and both are identical. So I think in terms of suspension, the suspension's good. We've not bent anything there. Checked all the chassis leg. I can't see any kinks or any marks that shouldn't be there. It looks as it should do. The only thing that we knew about was this wing, this inner wing rail top. So as the front panel's pushed back, it's just twisted this up slightly. You can see it's kinked here and then put a crease in it there. So what my plan is, we're going to bolt a bracket through this hole with all four wheels back on the floor, and I'm going to use the pulling tower to pull this slightly forward again. If we have to order a new part, that's not an issue. These are all steel, so it's going to join across there where that seam sealer is, and then it also joins under here, so nice easy piece to put in. So over on the driver's side, there was actually no damage to anything on this side whatsoever. The lower wing bracket's okay, the upper wing bracket's okay, the inner wing rail's okay, there's no damage to that. There's no damage to any of the plastics. Obviously we've taken the hinge off because that was bent, and the only real damage to this side is where the wing has hit the door and the bonnet's hit the air post. Coming around the front, the headlamp itself was okay. That is in this box here. So that saved us a good £2.5 because we don't have to replace that. Got the crash sensor and horn with the bracket, that's all good. That's the crash bar that came off, that's mullered. and I think the actual coolant rad's okay, but there's a hole in the side. Where is it? There's a hole in the side of the intercooler, so we can't use that again. But that's not an issue in here because we need a full front end regardless. The wheel arch liners, the front bumper, the bonnet, the near side wing, and this is the near side headlamp. And weirdly, this actually still worked. We had no indicators and no DRLs, but the main two lights actually worked in this, which is mad really. We've then got, this is where the hinges are, auxiliary rad and a few other little bits and brackets. So the aircon radiator is okay. We've done it so we didn't drop any gas out of it. So that's going to save us on a re-gas for this. There's nothing damaged on the front of the engine. All the water pumpy bits and all these solenoids and things, they're all good. No damage to the gearbox. Chassis leg's good. No damage to any of this wiring. There's loads of little bits of shrapnel from the front panel drop down, but nothing we need to worry about. So the actual main area of concern is this inner wing rail. So just to recap on everything we've done, we've got the front end pulled off, we've got the pyro fuse fitted, so we've now got electrics to the cars, there's no issue there. We've washed it, and we've now identified all the parts that we need to order. So next up, we need to look for the parts and see if we can get them in and get them painted. Now if you've enjoyed watching this video, please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment and join us for the next instalment. So that's the end of this video. In the next video, what we're probably going to do is source the parts and then start doing some of these repairs. So thanks for watching, we'll see you in the next one.